You gotta choose your side, you gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
What you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
And the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.
Hey, welcome. How's everybody doing out there in streaming land? What's good? What's good? What's good? Oh boy. How's everybody doing out there in streaming land? Yeah, I'm excited. Another episode. We on episode 12. What is it? Seven sacred echoes. We on number 6. This is segment 6. I'm so excited. Hey, you got to keep pushing. Can't give up. Got to keep moving. I'm excited. Come on in the room, if you will. 7 sacred echoes. Lessons that follow you. I'm going to do a little recap. First echo was the whisper that won't let you quit. That's right. That still voice, that still small voice that say, keep going. Don't give up. Don't keep it moving. That's the perseverance through divine nudges. How God speaks when you're ready to give up, or how whatever it is you choose to believe in. If it's not God and it's something else, so be it, as long as it takes you to a higher level and there's something great, you're believing in something greater than yourself, within yourself. I choose to believe in the theory God. She carried fire in her silence, the power of the unspoken resilience, honoring women who endured without applause. That's right. People that carry that fire, carry those situations and them circumstances, especially women that don't give up, that keep the house going, that keep cooking, that keep working, that keep striving without a pat on the back. They don't even give themselves a pat on the back, let alone someone else to give them an applause. 3, when pain becomes a prophet. How suffering reveals purpose. That's right. Turning wounds into wisdom. That's that nudge. That's that ability within inside of us. I feel like we all have a level of propheticness inside of us. Some of us call it intuition. Some of us call it hindsight, if you will. But we too often don't have enough faith and trust and belief in ourselves that if we're given the ability to know and to see before it happens, we too often ignore it. We too often ignore the red flags and find ourselves having to deal with the level of pain that if we had only listened to the prophetic, to the intuition, to ourselves, we could have avoided some of the situations and circumstances. And sometimes some of it is good. The echo of a praying mother, generational intercession. The person, you may not be a prayer. You may have some other ritual that you choose to do. I choose other rituals as well, but praying is definitely one of them. I prayed for minds. I continue to believe and communicate with the source greater than myself, within myself, about minds for protection. So it's the generational intercession, the unseen prayers that shape destinies. A praying mother has a mantle. She has the ability to break cycles through praying and believing and not giving up on her own. God was in the detour. Now that was pretty deep. God was in the detour. A lot of us have taken our lives have taken great detours. Some detours, if you will, have turned out to be for the better. Had we went with the road that we had chose for ourselves, no telling where we might be. But God was in the detour, trusting divine redirection, lessons learned in delay, loss, or unexpected turns. That's right. When you think that you're going down the wrong path, all things work together for the good. That path turned out to be the good path, even though it didn't feel like it. And what do we have for tonight? Well, tonight we tune into the frequency that breaks chains and softens hearts. Echo 6, the sound of forgiveness. The sound of forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't just a whisper in the dark, it's a roar of release. That's right, a roar of release. A release that all too familiar. I'm all too familiar with, honey, because if it wasn't for me moving and trusting in the spirit, in the realm of forgiveness, I wouldn't be the free cookie that I am today. It's a roar of release. It's a melody. It's a melody of mercy and a rhythm of redemption, redeeming thyself by not allowing people to take up space in your head, your heart, your spirit, and your soul. Whether you're the forgiver or the forgiven, this echo, echo 6, the sound of forgiveness, invites you to lay down the burden and pick up the blessing. Because if you learn to forgive and learn to be forgiven, you would be so surprised how you open the path for the blessings to flow freely more often than when you boggle down in unforgiveness. That's right. We're talking about the sound of forgiveness. Unmuting the pain. Before we can talk about forgiveness, we have to name what has been or what is really hurting us. A lot of us harbor stuff that, oh, I'm good. I'm good, knowing good and well you got a lot of stuff bottled up inside of you that you need to throw off board. Let's start where the healing really begins, and that is with truth. If we would just come to grips and terms and be truthful with ourselves, because the reality of the matter, before forgiveness can speak, pain must be heard. That's right. That's right. See, when we are boggled down in unforgiveness, we caught up in the pain of the hurt that that person or that situation did to us. We got to come to the truth about it. Let it go, wake it up, and throw it off board. Some of us have been silencing our wounds for years, smiling through betrayal. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Trust me, for years, caught up in it. Caught up, caught up, caught up. And then we find ourselves doing things and ingesting things to make ourselves feel good when all we got to do is a simple, I forgive you. Get off of me. Come up out of me. Come up off of me. Come up out of my head. That part. That part. That part. So we silence our wounds for years, smiling through betrayal, praying through heartbreak, surviving without healing. It's a wonder that America and other countries of people are walking on eggshells because some, allegedly, a multitude, have so much unforgiveness inside of them, have things that they've been carrying for years and years and years and years. And then they wonder why they react and they communicate, or a situation or a circumstance bounces and brings back that which happened so many years ago. So they react from so many years ago. A lot of people that I encounter, especially a lot of women, and even guys in the dealings that I deal with for my ministry's sake, there's a lot of people that got so much hurt and pain stored up inside of them, but yet they have to lolly 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 da through the trenches of life like everything is good when it absolutely is not. But tonight, if you will, if you come across this video at some point in time, let's unmute the pain. Unmute it. You don't got to relive it, but release it. Get it off of you. Because the sound of forgiveness begins with truth. The truth of the matter is we as a people carry a lot of mess within inside of our minds, our hearts, our spirits, our soul, sometimes rooted down to our toe. If we would just be truthful about it. Listen, it isn't about weakness. It's the doorway to freedom. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Let me tell you something. The work that I had to do, to the forgiveness that I had to forgive a multitude of people throughout the years of my self work and my self healing in my journey, it was stuff that I didn't even know that was blocking, was the blockage. It's like being constipated. It's the doorway to freedom. Absolutely is. See, the echo of release. Ooh. See, now that pain has spoken, let's listen to what happens when we choose to let it go. When you choose to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with allowing this joker to live rent free in my head. I'm done with harboring what happened to me when I was a little girl. I'm done hating everybody because I was bullied when I was a little kid in school. These are the echoes of release. Let me share with you. This is a real deep release for me because I harbored and I held this for years. See, my innocence was, I was robbed of my innocence as a little girl. I had two adult family members that violated, assaulted, if you will, me as a little girl. And so for years, not only was that taking place, but as I was growing up as a teenager, there was grapes that had happened to me. So my innocence and the violations, it's a wonder that I sit here coherent as I am. It's a wonder that I'm in my sound mind. But you see, having those things happen to you and having that bottled up inside of you and having the hate and the anger and not knowing how and where to go with it, even going to counseling is still was a blockage, and then using chemicals to cover it up, what have you. By a certain age, I couldn't take it anymore. I knew that that was one of the things out of the multitude of things and people and situations I had to forgive. I needed to confront. I needed to confront and I needed to forgive them. Let them know that I forgave them. Let them know that as an adult, what you did to me. And I did. And I'm going to tell you something. Out of the two, one accepted my forgiveness and asked me to forgive them and apologized and said as an adult and me being a child, that was something that they should have never done to me. They should have been protecting me than taking advantage of me. The other one just listened, acknowledged, nor didn't even acknowledge the fact that they had done what they had done. But I, nevertheless, I didn't get an apology from them, but I got one from the other one, and that was good enough for me. And I was able to get both of them off of my chest. Okay, both of them out of my system. And I was like, wow, that's all I ever needed to do. I couldn't have done that years ago, but you don't know. You don't know until you learn. Until you learn about forgiveness, until somebody shares with you what forgiveness is, what forgiveness looks like, what forgiveness feels like. Boy, that was a burden. I don't know how much crap dropped off of me out of my mind, out of my body, out of my subconscious, that I was able to confront, forgive, and be forgiven. And then for the sake of the grapes that had happened to me, out of the and it wasn't one, it wasn't two, it wasn't three. It was a lifestyle in New York City. It was dangerous. Yeah, y'all hear them stories about uh I'm not even gonna go there. But some of that stuff y'all hear about in Harlem, it was very promiscuous and very raunchy in the living of the advantage that was taken against women from time to time. And the way that I was able to get that off of me was one of the perpetrators out of the multitude of perpetrators. One had finally went to jail. And for me, that sufficed. That was enough. That was absolutely enough. And so I was able to forgive, and like it had, those things had never happened. The funny part about it was that there was a greater release in all of that that came with that. Was, and I share it often, sitting at my desk in one of my first offices, I heard the Spirit speak to me as clear as day and say, your innocence has been restored. And whoa. Listen, the light bulb went on. I think that was in the year 2000, or coming up into the year 2000. And that was a pressure of release and of forgiveness that I could not have ever imagined. I think I'm gonna put that video up because I had to share that with everyone that have ever been taken advantage with, have ever been violated and been assaulted. All you just need to know is that the self work that you may have done, and if you haven't done, you need to begin, and you need to forgive not only the perpetrator, forgive yourself and recognize that you are no longer in that place where those things are allowed to happen to you, that your innocence has been restored. I'm talking about the echo of release in the ability, in the gifting of forgiveness. While I'm telling stories, let me also tell you about a woman who forgave her father. She forgave her father who never showed up. How many of us have that issue where our dad wasn't in our life, or you grew up in a single parent home? I know for certain and for sure that we have situations where children are raised up in a single parent home and the dad is not there. Guess who they mad at? They mad at the mom because the dad they're harboring some kind of whatever because they grew up in a single parent home. That's their hang up. And then they got to do the work to get that off of them. Sometimes it could have been her fault. But nevertheless, even though they didn't work out, that don't mean you don't be in your child's life. You got to hold them accountable just the same. But that's the lifestyle and the situations and the circumstances. And even in a two-family home, you have children that have all kind of hang-ups about, you love this one more than you love me, and oh, she got better stuff than me, or he got better stuff than me, and dad's always working, or mom's up. You come on already. But then we grow up and we harbor these things, and we conduct ourselves and we react towards others on the basis of that stuff that we harbor inside of us. So she forgave her father who never showed up for her, who never was there. Not because he deserved it, but because she realized that she deserved peace. Do you know that if you start forgiving jokers, that peace that they be talking about, and you be like, I don't know how she's so peaceful, how she's so happy, how she don't, because she got that stuff off of her. He got that stuff off of him. He forgave jokers. I know without a shadow of a doubt, my boys did the work that they needed to do to get that crap off of them, because I know they felt some type of way. Okay. We definitely did the work of the forgiving of each other. I've had to ask them to forgive me. Just because you the parent, you ain't too big or too mighty that you can't ask for forgiveness. You ain't perfect. Everybody deserves to be able to live in a level of peace and not be boggled down with hurt and pain and things that is blocking their ability for blessings to flow freely. Not no hit or miss blessings, but blessings to flow freely. She did it because she deserved peace. I forgave them jokers that violated me because I deserve peace. I was tired of living under chemicals trying to block and cover up the hurt and the pain that I had going on. I know a brother, he forgave his friends who betrayed him. How many of you got friends that betrayed you, girlfriends that betrayed you? Guy friends that betrayed you. Your homie betrayed you. And you feeling some kind of way and you won't let that thing go. It's festering inside of you, just making you miserable. You don't forgive them so that you restore the friendship. You forgive them so that you can restore your joy. If you choose to go back and be friends with them, well, that's on you. But you get me once, shame on you. Get me twice, shame on me. So those things I just shared with you, those are the echoes of release. Forgiveness isn't always loud. It isn't always loud. It's often a quiet decision made in the dark. That's right. You sitting somewhere wondering and thinking and why I feel like this and why I can't get a breakthrough or why I can't be happy or why this always bothering me and why that's always nudging me. But the reality of it is, it's often a quiet decision made in the dark that changes everything in the light. That's right. What's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? I'm saying, want to boost your streaming numbers overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I'm trusting, and I'm manifesting through belief and speaking it. My numbers will grow, and I appreciate those that are viewing with me right now. The sound of forgiveness. Now, guess what? Forgiveness isn't always a reunion. You know, you ain't got to unite yourself back with somebody just because you forgave them. So come on. Let's talk about the difference between releasing someone and reconnecting with them. I'm talking about forgiveness versus reconciliation. So there's a difference between releasing someone and reconnecting with them. Let's get this straight. Forgiveness is not the same as reconciliation. Absolutely is not. Forgiveness is internal. Hear me out. It's between you and whatever that is you believe in. For me, it's that higher power. It's God, that source that lives within me, that's greater than me. It's internal. It's between you and God, or you and whatever it is you say you believe in. Reconciliation is relational. It's between you and the person, you and them, you and whoever you got to hang up with. See, you could forgive someone and still choose to be distant from them. I know for a fact, I definitely was in a relationship maybe for about 3 years, maybe. I don't even think it went that far. When I start seeing the red flags and start being hurt, and you know that relationship hurt ain't nothing to play with. And all the work that I had done to get to where I was at, I wasn't going to let nobody come in my life and take me backwards. So guess what? I had to cut it, cut it, cut it, and forgive them. Forgive them enough that I don't gotta be with them. Keep my distance. Absolutely keep my distance. Haven't seen them in over 13, 14 years. I have communicated with them, but even in the communication, I'm protective because they'll think speaking to them and communicating with them means that everything is back on go when it absolutely is not. It only means for me that I was able to forgive you, Joker, just enough to not be rude and nasty to you, so that if I feel like you may deserve to communicate with me, I ain't got a problem with it and keep it just at like that. Not communicate with you till we could meet up and link up. No, absolutely not. When you do me dirty and do me wrong in a relationship, and that should be for anybody. Don't allow your stuff to stay stuck somewhere. Now, marriage is a whole different ball game. That y'all believe that stuff about for better or for worse. Well, woe to you if that's what you believe in. Then you work it out. You work it out. If that's what you feel like you should do, and your life is not threatened or whatever the case may be, and you have the ability to forgive your mate, and y'all can move on, and you can trust. But you know that once trust is broken, it's one of the hardest things to get back together. You knock the T off the front and the T off the back, and it is no longer trust. It is rust. So I just say to you, you do not have to unite back with someone once you forgive them. You can keep your distance. Another thing we should do is release the bitterness that comes with harboring unforgiveness. Release it. You can release the bitterness without reopening the door to someone, without allowing someone back in deep enough to hurt you again. And you know what? No, it's not petty. It's not petty at all. It's not petty at all. That's definitely a whole nother level of wisdom. You got to protect yourself. Yeah, oh, she done changed up on me. Y'all know how it go. You've heard people. You done got yourself together. You done changed a little bit. You don't operate the way you used to operate. You know, you stop dealing with a joker because they don't hurt you. They don't hurt you to the core. But you brand new now, according to them. I'm gonna be brand new then. I'm gonna be brand spanking new because I am. I got you off of me and out of me. Just like my situation with my marriage. I had no idea that I had harbored this ill feeling toward my ex-husband for years. Until one time it came out. Boy, I was able to tell him how I really felt, and that let me know that I was harboring for years. Even though I often take the brink of, why the marriage didn't work. If you want to blame somebody, I often blame myself, but like it takes two to tango. I may have tipped the scales a little bit more than he may have, but I was angry. Why was I angry? Because as a little girl, my mom did the same thing. She broke up with my dad. And all I ever wanted as a little girl was the happy family. The happy family with the picket fence and the dog. So I had that going on as a little girl with inside of me. So I would vow that that ain't going to happen to me and mine when I get married. And it happened. And regardless of what somebody couldn't understand for better or for worse part, and they gave up, and I was detrimented, and I carried that for years and years and years until I finally had to let go. I believe we were able to communicate and have a conversation about it where I had to forgive him. I had to forgive him, let alone forgive myself, and I'll get to that part because we can forgive everybody in the world. But most important, boy, we have to learn that we owe forgiveness to ourselves just as well. So it's not being petty. It's a level of wisdom that you want to carry with you So help you to the end of your life journey. That part. That that part. So you got to have some boundaries. Boundaries could be holy. They could be holy. They could be sacred, if you will. Too often we don't operate in boundaries, and the reason why we don't operate in boundaries too often, allegedly, that some of the things that transpire in our lives as we're young makes for boundaries to be broken or not put in place, especially if you have been, in my opinion, uh, uh, violated, sexually abused, if you will, as a little girl or even a little boy. Boundaries are broken, but boundaries are holy. You have to learn how to put boundaries in place. And lo and behold, if you have never, teach your children what boundaries are. See, if you have never had boundaries, how you going to teach somebody else how to have boundaries? So then it's a generational thing. Not only did you didn't have any boundaries, or I didn't have any boundaries, they don't have none because I don't know what boundaries are. Till you come to the realization of things. But boundaries are definitely a sacred thing. So healing, forgiving, doesn't always mean reunion. Absolutely, absolutely does not. Does not. But if you choose to be united, all I can say to you is be careful. Be careful because it's on you. It's on you to protect yourself and put measures in place. Because, you know, oh, honey, I won't do it again. And next week, 2 weeks later, a month later, you catch your joker doing the same old thing. Same old thing. Or, you know, you got to give people time to change. I mean, really, really change. And by allowing access to yourself after you have forgiven someone, and you allow access to yourself without giving time and space for a person to miss or appreciate or realize that you ain't playing, or you realize to yourself that you matter, you have to put protection, boundaries. You have to put stuff in place. But if it's up to you, it's up to you. I always say I'm not going backwards. Nope, not going backwards. If it didn't work out then it wasn't meant to be. And so be it. And once I get you off of me and out of my head and out of my heart and out of my spirit, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So, what does forgiveness sound like? We know we have to release people. We have to be truthful. We have to come clean about what's really bothering us. If we can pinpoint it so that we can get it off of us. But what does forgiveness sound like? And so, we just explored the heart of forgiveness. So now let's tune into its sound. What does it sound like? Hmm. What does healing actually feel like? What does healing feel like in the air around us? I know for me, that I'm at this place where, you know, I'm getting it off of me right away. I'm not fixing to harbor nothing if I can help myself. I'm going to get it off of me as soon as I realize that I'm taking it on. I have done the work throughout the years, and so much so in these last 10 years, it's bubbly. It feels bubbly. It feels a level of freedom, a level of weight. And I guess the reason why is because I don't need to use chemicals to feel and to push down, suppress those negative feelings that I'm feeling from all the hurt and the pain and disgust and the betrayal that I feel like I've been through in life. I've done the work to get it off of me. I found the avenues and the places and the situations and the circumstances that I had to say, hey, I forgive you. If I took a part in it, will you forgive me? As long as I can get it off of me, I'm good. It's a bubbly feeling for me. Yeah, close your eyes. Close your eyes. What does forgiveness sound like to you? Close your eyes. What does forgiveness sound like? For me, it's a quiet sound of peace. It's not a radical noise of a whole bunch of stuff going on in my head and thinking about this one and what they did to me and how they did this to me and that kind of noise. That ain't going on in my head in this day and time. Mm-mm. No, I'm not accepting it. It don't. You know what it cost me? It cost me my peace. It cost too much. If it cost me my peace, it cost me too much. So I'm not fixing to allow it to be going on shucking and driving in my head. And if I think I feel some kind of way about somebody, I got to get it off of me. I got to get it off of me and stop dealing. Because I can't let you play with me, but so many times, especially at this point in time in my life, I'm not fixing to allow you to play with me, play with my feelings and my emotions and my no, I'm not allowing that. I'm going to protect them at whatever cost. So what does it sound like to you? Have you ever thought about that? What does forgiveness sound like? It sounds like some quiet noise that ain't making a whole lot of noise no more in my head. That part. So how about this? Is it that is it that deep? Is it that? Is that the sound of forgiveness? I notice I do that early in the morning sometimes. Early in the morning when I go out to make breakfast and make meal prep and all that kind of stuff. So what's really going on? What's really going on? Okay, because I'm not married, so a part of me feels like you know I don't have to do this. I shouldn't be doing this, but I combat it with okay, I'm the mom, so why not? Why not? It's a motherly duty. I feel like this: one thing for certain and two things for sure. If my boys know nothing else, they know how a woman should treat them as far as cooking, cleaning, making sure they good, food prepped, certain situations and circumstances. They know because I'm old school. And so maybe that's why I go in there with the, and yet I do it. Yet I find myself doing it. So if that's what forgiveness sounds like, that deep, how about the crackle of the letter being burned? Y'all know that. Y'all know them letters they told you to write a letter to yourself to forgive yourself, or the letter they told you to write to the person that harmed you that you can't communicate with because they no longer here, or you dare to communicate with them because you have some level of fear. Nah, guess what? I'm past that. If you're alive, excuse me, if you're alive and I'm able to communicate and you willing to hear me out, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I ain't all that writing no letter and burning no letter. Back then that may have been what they taught us to do. But I know some of us have heard that therapy theory and the sound of writing it down and burning it. I don't know if I ever really burnt anything that, and I may have, I don't know, because I was in a multitude of rehab. So I know they tell you that in treatment centers, and then I don't know if they tell you that in AA and NA, but that the sound, the crackle of the letter being burnt, that's a sound of forgiveness. Because at that point, you letting that stuff go, you burning it, and you getting rid of it. Or is it the rhythm of tears hitting the floor? You know, they say tears is healing. They say tears is definitely healing. So if you're crying, or if you find yourself crying over something that someone has done to you, or you so hurt by it, but you letting it go, you getting it off of you, it's okay. Because tears is healing. I used to wonder why. I guess that's the part of life that women experience is called menopause, and that you find yourself crying. You be like, Why am I crying?" Like, what? What am I crying for? Am I crying for forgiving myself for all that I've been through to make it to that age or to make it to that stage in life? But no, the sound of tears hitting the ground, of you letting it go, is definitely a form of healing. And the sound is what healing could sound like. Or maybe it's a music of songs telling me to stand. Okay, I'm not going to stand right now. I'm just roll right on through it. Maybe it's a musical song, that lifts up your spirit. Y'all know them songs that we listen to, Matt. Some of them take us back. Some of them take us back. Some of them songs and some of them wordings of the songs, that's the real deal songs from back in the day where they had some kind of significance to it. Like Papa was a rolling stone, well, wherever he laid his hat. Y'all know that one. Oh boy, I used to always sing that about my dad because my dad was a Rolling Stone boy. That it's different songs or whatever the case may be can help you get over and get past some of the mishaps that have happened to you in life. Or is it, listen to this, we talking about the sound of forgiveness. Or is it the silence after you finally say, I forgive you? I'm telling you. I had a situation. I tell you, one of the perpetrators of the family member, when I confronted them, they really nothing they could say. But I think I was amazed by the fact that I was able to confront and I was able to forgive, and that they had nothing to say. Or maybe they just couldn't say anything. Maybe they was, excuse me, maybe they was stuck. I can't tell you what was going on in their head, but I know that what was going on in mine was, it was a sound of silence. That, but it was, I would it was coming off of me. It was off of me. I was elated. I was done with having to harbor that inside of my head, my mind, my it already had affected my marriage. It had affected my relationships. So I had been set free by confronting and forgiving the main two, as I would see it, perpetrators that started that journey against me, violating me in my life. So, tonight we tune into that sound. And I just shared some sounds with you. Let it wash over you. Let it echo through your soul. You've heard my voice. So now listen, I'm going to share with you. They're not going to be in their voice, but I'm going to share with you a couple of stories from some of my associates. I asked them if they could share with me. And these are the echoes from a few of my buddies in the community, or testimonies, if you will, that by asking for forgiveness and forgiving, they turn pain into power. So as I had asked him to share a couple of forgiveness stories, and a couple of them showed up for me and shared. One person said forgiveness gave them back their sleep. Woo! That's real. That's real. Cause I must have did the work to a certain degree that, boy, I sleep like a baby. I mean, cause I used to toss and turn. I didn't really sleep. I can't say that as of now. And I used to say it all the time. Oh, I don't sleep. I don't sleep well. I'm always waking up. I'm always, no, honey. Mm-mm. I don't allow myself to harbor. And if I do the work real fast to get it off of me. Because I understand that my peace is at stake. And if it's coming against my peace, it costs me too much. So I'm not fixing to allow it. So I get that part. I understand that part where they coming from. It gave them back their sleep. Another said they forgave their mother. Now this one I could resonate with. After 20 years, and now they're healing together. Listen, for years, who am I? But I had the nerve to have this art against my mother. For years, I was rebellious. I act out. So a lot of women to this day living promiscuous lives, showing their body and all kind of crazy stuff cause daddy issues or mommy issues that they haven't really gotten over. When you carry yourself in such a way that's unbecoming to you as a woman and maybe even a man, you got some issues you need to deal with, allegedly, and you need to forgive them for doing whatever you think they did to you or they didn't do to you, so that you could get yourself together and get your act together. I don't know about saying get your life right, but maybe that's the same thing to get your life right. Because I know a lot of women that do certain things that we all think is very promiscuous and is unbecoming of a woman, is because they got issues that they had and they are rebelling. Because I definitely rebelled out. I rebelled out hard because I had an art with my mom for leaving my dad when I was a little girl. That's the same way I had the art with my husband for leaving me, because it damaged me so much so as a little 5 year old, 6 year old, however old I was, probably about 6 or 7 when they split up. That was like a nightmare for me, and I blame my mom because she was the one that left for whatever reasons, and she probably had all rights to leave. But that's another thing. We damage children in divorces because we may throw them to the therapist or whatever the case may be, but we never really check in with them about how they're feeling, and you know who they really want to live with. And I mean, because let me tell you something. I'm telling you, that's an issue, and that's an art for a kid. They want to be with both parents, and they fighting over the kids and the whole shebang. That's something that harbors in you. And then you grow up and you try not to allow it to happen to you, but yet you find yourself, why? Because you never were able to get rid of it, do the work. Nobody taught you or told you that you should forgive. Don't harbor that. Your parents just couldn't get along for whatever reasons, but that doesn't, it's not a stench against you. Most kids feel like it's a stench against them because their parents broke up, so they harbor and they act out in some of the craziest, weirdest ways. But now, me and my mom, that's my girl, I'm her girl, and she my girl. We the best of friends, and we definitely healing together. But that's this lady said she had to forgive her mother, and I definitely had to forgive my mother. And it was years. It probably was about 20, 30 years, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't believe we really start connecting until after my dad had passed away. But nevertheless, she was still my mom, and I called myself loving her, but not like I know that I love her today, because I don't have that in my head anymore. I don't have that in my heart anymore. And I had to ask my mom to forgive me as much as I needed to forgive her. And so we're the best of buddies. So, these are what you call echoes. Echoes. They matter. They remind us that forgiveness isn't just personal, it is generational. It definitely is generational. It's legacy work. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. It's legacy work. So you know what? If you have stories that you think can help somebody, and you know that you see somebody that is struggling, and the reason probably why they struggling because they got harboring so much unforgiveness, share your stories, because your sound might be what someone else's breakthrough just might be, just might need, is your sound, your situation, and your story, how you've been able to overcome unforgiveness and how you forgive, could be someone else's breakthrough. See, truth of the matter is, forgiveness isn't a one-time act. No, it's not. It's a sacred rhythm. It's a sacred rhythm we return to. That's right. It's a peace and a joy that is unexplainable unless you begin to experience that you releasing people off of you and out of your head and out of your spirit, out of your soul, sometimes out of your blood. Trust me, out of your blood. So as this fifth echo fades, may it leave you behind peace. That's right. Peace, clarity, and the courage to release. The courage to release people off of you, out of you, and to be released. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, it reclaims your future. That's what it does. It reclaims your future. Absolutely, 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 absolutely reclaims your future. And tonight, we let the echo ring loud. That's it. From Harlem to Florida and the little Bronx in between there, from pain to power. This is your sacred soundscape. The sound of forgiveness. May it echo in your spirit long after this episode ends. And until next time, keep healing, keep building, and keep echoing forward. That's right. You have been tuning in and listening and chatting with your girl. Let's talk with Jazzy Wanda. Stay tuned. I'll be back Friday evening. Friday, 6, 7 o'clock. I'm going to try for 6 o'clock again. But do the work. Don't let people harbor space, hurt, heartache in your head, your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit, whatever you choose to believe in. Do the self-work. Get it off of you. Release them off of you.
Yeah.
Drill me.
You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga.
If this episode stirred something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Echo it forward. Share it with someone who's been holding on too long. Leave a comment. Drop your testimony or send a voice note. And if you're ready to forgive but don't know how, start by saying it out loud. I release you. I release you. I forgive you. I forgive you. That's the first sound of freedom. So follow me. Follow Let's Talk with Jazzy Wanda across all platforms. And stay tuned for Echo 7 because the next sound might be your breakthrough. Legacy has a voice.
Yeah.
Drill me.
You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side.
I see you, Jesse.
Do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify. For what they saying, I just look them deep into their eyes. Going against the God in me, now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Hey, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can beat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter How hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.
Don't forget to follow and subscribe. See you Friday.